context.
So,
I agree. This is the issue with categories.
No one uses the word to mean performance, and you know it, and you are lying to say otherwise.
I'm not, because
you are.
I'm not, because the gender movement just absolutely said, actually, let's separate woman from female. A female is a biological.
The only people who would make
woman.
the argument that the word woman means performance are progressive, hoity-toity individuals who pretend like they're smarter than other people.
This is the way language has always worked, right? Yes, it absolutely is. And language and definitions have absolutely shifted in utilization and what we mean them to use all the time. This is why depression can be a clinical term, and depression can also be a mood.
The moderates leave
I
because
agree.
you are logically inconsistent.
Well, it does something that's really interesting, which is that it creates basically a very simple thing. It causes a major question. It makes somebody look silly if they don't have an immediately satisfying answer. But what it also is doing is it's employing a categorical error and utilizing that to say, see how simple this is? And I would agree, yeah, 99% of the time that this is true.
5, we get it.
Sure, but the issue is that, again, we have these fringe instances where it doesn't fall into it, which is why we utilize other language to talk about things like gender.
2 plus 2 equals 5. 2 plus 2 equals 5.
No, I would say I disagree.
But
I disagree.
The mainstream left did, and they also could not define woman, despite the fact that everyone on the planet can. And then moderates were like, these people are nuts.
The core assumption of the left is
sort of.
The core assumption of the left is social constructionism, that you can use social categories to create reality, and that the people in power through using social categories can fundamentally alter reality. My core assumptions of reality, if you want to look at Aristotle or Plato, Aristotle said that material things exist, and that material things are reflections of higher things, but you should assess the material things first. Plato thought that the world we live in is a reflection of higher divine forms. Western civilization has used these two different theories based on context to assess for different layers of reality. And so the West has alternated between these two core theories, and these were the acceptable ones for how to structure reality.
We gotta grab
what's
checks.
Money?
We got to grab.
What's money?
Money is typically a universal trade medium that represents debt for exchange between individuals for something of value.
Can we shift and change what money actually means, and have we?
How? What do you mean?
Well, in the past, for example, we utilized like loan sticks, and then we shifted to gold, for example.
Inflation.
And money has always just
Inflation
been
is not the answer to a
universal
categorical
intermediary of
conversation.
value exchange.
Sorry?
And money has always been the intermediary for value exchange.
Sure, but the way that we've observed and viewed money, the way that we've engaged with money, modern monetary theory
The fact that technology exists
apart.
does not change the fact that a woman is an adult human female.
Well, the issue is that when technology exists, we discover that a lot of fundamental axioms that we held about the world are more complex and fractal than we realized.
I'm just gonna say this again. You do recognize that, like, 95% of people on the planet disagree with what you're saying.
Absolutely, but the issue is, hold on, at a quantum level, for example, 99% of the population would disagree. If I say, if I'm not looking at the moon, if nobody observes it, does it exist? Everyone would say, yeah, of course it exists. But at a quantum level, no, it doesn't.
That's not
really.
true.
Yes, it is true.
Object permanence is defined by a baby at 1 year.
This is like the major quantum conversation that happened between Einstein and what's the guy who ended up being right?
You fundamentally misunderstand the double slit experiment. Can we read more super chats?
This is not about the double slit experiment at all. I don't even know why you're
particle
bringing
wave
it up.
duality. They both
Heisenberg's
exist.
uncertainty
Thank you.
principle.
Yes, it is about particle wave duality.
Yes. Okay.
We'll change the definition of the term currency
Schrodinger's cat and all that
to
stuff. We get it.
electricity.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Timothy Robinson says, always good to see you, Rudyard. Rudyard Hist 102's Age of the Last Men was insightful.